Hello, Patriots. It's January 8th, 2025. And had quite a weekend, man. All kinds of stuff going on. I don't know. I'm not tired of winning yet, but man, there is a lot of static we got to just try not to pay attention to, I guess. Yeah. Hello. How's everybody doing today? We need peace. What did I do to get you in here today? How's it going? Good to see you. We need peace. That was a great episode of American Patriot News this morning. What were we talking about in there? I don't know. There's just so much happening that it's hard to remember everything, right? Hi, MGB. We're all out waving flags and stuff for the Patriots Day celebration on the 6th. Hello, Lisa McNeely and Debbie Robinson, Diana Rose Green. Hello. 307 in the house. I don't know what that means. What's up, Mega Warriors 2? Good to see you guys, man. Everybody was showing their patriotic fever on the 6th of January this past couple days here. It was pretty good. We've had many victories, many couple bad things happened. Everybody's okay though, and I just hope we just keep marching forward here. One of the best days ever was January 4th out at Freedom Corner. They had just this massive we had Roy Bunger from the Lewisburg crowd. We had Jamie Crow and Frankie and LA Forgiven out there. We had Edward X, the famous Trump guy from all the Trump rallies, was out there. I saw Ridgeline. I saw the General from MAGA Warriors 2, and Speedy was out there. And another couple of you guys from MAGA Warriors 2 was out there that I don't know your names all yet, man. Oh, you're crushing Ant right now, right on. Hi, Lee Bard. Hey, silly for him, hello. Good to see you. 307 is, okay, all right, you're 307, Diana Rose Green. All right, 307. I'm 717 then, if we're going by area codes here. Joshua Pruitt had Mega Shred was in the house on the 4th. Chris, our famous Trump costume wearer guy, was out there. Joe the Box, Gary McBride, Ron J, Spike in the house. It was just a really great evening at Freedom Corner there. It was great to see all the support that was out there for the last several days now. Unfortunately, Mickey didn't make it out there until Ricky finally got there last night. Because she got snowed in St. Louis, Missouri for a couple of days. I guess they forgot how to plow snow and stuff there in St. Louis, Missouri, or they don't get it very often. So she was stuck there. Luckily, her friend Wilma was with her, and they just hung out, and they finally made it to Freedom Corner yesterday. And it was great to see you, Mickey, if you're watching. We can't wait till you get to go home, though, man. We can't wait till we all get to go home. I can't wait to get my old life back. Tell you the truth, man. Been on this roll for getting on 3 years now, and you just can't sit by and watch a government just go tyrannical on you. You know. What's up, Freedom There, Scooter? Hello. Good to see you. I remember seeing you out at the vigil out at Freedom Corner a long time ago. I was out. It's been a while since I've been back to Freedom Corner. Hi, Cindy W. And yeah, I want my old life back, don't you? So it's looking like we might get it back here soon, but we got to get Trump in office, man. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff, and there's a lot of hype out there. And I'm just kind of burning out on all the hype. There is some nutty things going on, like the Vegas Tesla truck bomb thing. And then every day that story changes. I just can't keep up with it, you know? And then all of a sudden, a new guy will come out with more information on that. And then we had the New Orleans New Year's Eve revelers, and then the truck guy driving up that street. I mean, it's horrible, horrible stuff, man. But then they pull out this FBI chick with a nose ring, and then they pull out this DEI hire police chief, and it just gets so absurd. Oh yeah, Lee Barton, and now there's the fire. Now there's this crazy fire going on in Southern California right now. People's house getting burnt to the ground. We got reporters out there, DEI reporters, walking around with microphones with houses burning on, 4 or 5 sides of them, telling us how dangerous it is. And I just look at it and I go, this is a freaking movie production, We got this woman with her cameraman in a van, and they're in the street, and the firefighters are, saying, you gotta move your truck so we can drive over there. Like, what is going on, man? So, I'm just gonna kick back, hope that kind of thing doesn't happen here. Seems like another one of these bizarre fires where the trees don't burn, but houses burnt to the foundations, but only that house, the house right next to it, the siding isn't even melted on it, And I was seeing footage today of a firefighter squirting water on a deck behind a house that was on fire. And then on the other side of the house, the whole house was on fire. Like, why is he putting out the deck when the whole house is on fire over here? They're saying that the water isn't working. So it sounds a lot just like Lahaina. And we have never gotten to the bottom of the whole Lahaina issue. Well, yeah, they used to have plows in Missouri. Obviously, they don't have them anymore, at least not at the airport, man. Yeah, right, Lee Bart. Is Oprah going to move into Southern California now? Yeah, and I didn't see it about the blue roofs. I was looking for blue roofs in there, but it is very bizarre how the fire is very isolated. There's a fire going here. I saw footages of, several fires going, but then there's a fire upwind of it, and you can definitely see which way the wind is blowing because it's very windy there right now, which makes fires a lot worse. 35 miles away, Beverly. Yeah, Beverly, we were praying about that. You're very close to those fires. And so we got Patriots in the area that we got to be very prayerful about. Keep safe, keep the faith. And I think God will get you through this. If it's getting close, just get out of there. It ain't worth saving. You're not going to be able to save your house by staying there. You got to get out of that area if it does come into your area. Right. These Santa Ana winds, it's something that's happened many, many times. It just seems too weird after we've watched these similar bizarre fires happen in California multiple times. And just in the recent, 2 years now, it's happened in Lahaina. It happened in Texas. I think 3 or 4 years ago, it happened down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Very, very bizarre, man. Very bizarre. And then just recently, we found out that, on the APN broadcast this morning, we were talking about the government using these, I think they're called LARP weapons, which are sound device weapons on people. And it's coming out that they got these weapons that fit in the backpack. The government can now propagandize us, okay? The Smith-Mundt Act modification that Barack Obama did, they're allowed to propagandize us. Not long ago, the military just made a statement on their engagement policy with U.S. citizens. They're allowed to fire upon us. And I think we're looking at that, they're allowed to use these weapons now. I mean, it's just so obvious. And how many more years are we going to sit around and just not do anything about it, man? Hurricane Helene, look up Operation Popeye. Weather modification stuff, right, man. So out of the last 16 years, we've had a fake president for 12 of those years. What's up, Troll Slayer? We got Justin Trudeau out of nowhere resigning. I mean, how bizarre is that? Like, what, a week after he meets with Trump at Mar-a-Lago? So, yeah, I know, Betty. The winds are terrible there. But it is very bizarre how the fires will just decimate a house, man. And it doesn't look like, the things are stacked up in the odds of the firefighters there. They're in a neighborhood with, 5 houses on fire, and there's 2 trucks there. And there's only 2 men on each truck, too. And the water, they're having troubles with the water pressure being very low. Hi, Priscilla. Good to see you. So we're getting attacked. We are under attack. Once again, it's being proven to us. Whether it's Mother Nature, we should have infrastructure in place to fight these types of catastrophes. We're finding out from Helene and the other hurricane in North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Georgia, that our FEMA institution is not helping us out. Just today, another $500 million to Ukraine was announced, and they are not holding back at all. 2 days ago, FJB is given the Civilian Medal of Honor to the likes of George Soros and Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I believe so. Oh, and in Oregon, too? Yep. I remember 7 or 8 years ago being out in the rainforest in Washington State, and there were fires out there, too. I don't know how you set a rainforest on fire, but they did it. So I don't know what's going on. I'm not a scientist. I don't know about weaponry. It's just too bizarre. And if things don't start happening fast, as soon as Trump gets in office, we got a big problem on our hands. But so far, Trump is promising us the moon. The dream team is coming together. And it's looking like it's going to happen, man. Kash Patel is talking about 24/7 disclosure. The government's been keeping secrets on us forever, since all my life, ever since World War II, at least. And I don't think keeping secrets from the people is helping us. And we've gotten into, it's another fine mess we've gotten ourselves into. And I think this is the beginning of getting ourselves out of this fine mess. There you go, LRADs, not LARPs. It was LRAD, Long Range Acoustic Device. Yes, they have 2 different types of those, and it just came out recently that those were used on civilians during the summertime riots in D.C. in 2020, prior to the election. They were using some of them. One of those devices can cause people to retreat. And another one of those devices, if they use subsonic sound, it can actually agitate a crowd and cause them to become violent. And we know we've used them in Iraq and Desert Storm, in all our battles over there. I've heard this many times from military friends of mine and others that I've seen give presentations on that, man. Hiya, Cindy and Carol Burton. It does seem everything's always about FJB. We got to get that imposter out of the White House, man. So yeah, he's hanging medals on George Soros' son's. Well, he gave one to George Soros. George Soros can't make it. He's so decrepit right now. But Hillary Clinton, they're getting her a Medal of Honor from FJB. Bill Nye, the science guy, got a Medal of Honor. We all know that he's been lying to our children, because he's just so funny and witty. We let the kids watch him, but he's just spouting stupidity to them. And then this other guy, Jose Andres, got a medal. I'm like, who's this guy? And then they show a picture of Jose Andres with the Trump sniper guy from the golf course. So it's all related. We're getting looted right up to the end. There is no holding back from the FJB and his crime syndicate family, whoever's in charge. They are not scared at all. They're just going to loot us right up until the end. They're going to hand out pardons right up to the end. Thousands and thousands of people pardoned. some of these scumbags that Biden has pardoned or commuted their sentences. There's a lot to this pardon thing, too, that I got to brush up on. But Patriots, they're mocking us to our face. They're mocking us right to our face, right up to the end of their demise. And Kash Patel and his 24/7 disclosure, and Pam Bondi and Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, we got to get busy, man. I wish they were millstones. Right, man. Right, Meadows Joy. I think they will turn out to be millstones, man. All right, Jose Andres is a renowned chef. Does a lot of good feeding the hungry. I've never heard of him feeding the hungry or anything. All I know is there's a photo of him standing with the Trump supposed assassin there from the golf course. Okay. Yeah, Carol, I'd send the medal back too, man. Really? 2 guys said no on the pardon from death row. So there's that. And I just read Suzanne Monk's book, and I got to the end of the book, and I'm like, wow, there is a lot to this pardon topic. And there's different things. There's a commutation of a sentence, and there's a pardon, and there's like 2 or 3 other different ways of getting people out of the web of the Department of Justice. So I got to read that book again, because I want to make a presentation one of these days before January 20th about what is involved with the options that are open to President Trump in working with the J6ers right now. Trump gave a press conference yesterday that was outstanding, and the Patriots. All right, so I'm at the point where I'm on overload. I just can't believe everything that's happening right now. There's like so much going on. I go to write a note about something, and something else comes up, and I'm not taking notes like I used to because I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of remembering another person's name and another atrocity happening and all of that, man. So, the one thing you got to pay attention to, and the one thing I'm staying plugged into, is Trump. Okay? If Trump is on, I'm watching it. I don't care what I got to do to be able to see it. And that press conference yesterday, there was a ton of information in on that, man. The Trump, True Social account of President Trump also is something that he is announcing everything on there. And there's a lot of stuff now about Elon. There's a kind of a Elon rift that has happened. Elon's definitely stirring up the bucket right now. And, okay, so Jose guy was involved in Haiti. Haiti was crooked as hell. Sooner or later, all that's got to get disclosed, man. He was involved down in Haiti. Okay, thanks, silly. The World Central Kitchen. Okay, so let's just, Cindy W., let's just talk about Jamie a little bit, just so we're all informed on what happened here. Jamie and Lala and Frankie were driving down to get to D.C. for the Patriots Day March for Ashley Babbitt. And on the way down, we got about 6 inches of snow here in Pennsylvania. They got even more down in D.C., but they were on the highway. They were doing a live stream, and they were having a good time. They were definitely just cruising right along. And the Frankie hit some ice and snow that was piled up in the road because it wasn't perfectly cleared road, and the car started wiping out. Frankie did a pretty good job of handling it, and the car went to the right side of the road, and then it veered back left to the left side of the road and hit the cement berm in the center of the road, man. The airbags didn't go off, so I don't think they impacted very hard. but there was a lot of stuff in the car with them, and Jamie and Lala got kind of beat up a little bit in there. Lala had to go to the hospital for a while, get x-rayed on a couple things. I think she's going to be all right. Lala has now since made it home, and we're praying for her. Didn't really. I know this accident was going to be everywhere since it was on a live stream, and we got people that just revel. Anytime something bad happens to one of us, they're going to run with it. But oh well, we're trying. They were trying to get down there. I think the biggest thing that they were saddened about was the fact they weren't going to get down there for the Freedom March, and that's just horrible. But thank God everybody turned out okay. The car, I don't know that the car is totaled yet. I don't even think they've had it looked at yet. It did have to get towed. It wasn't mobile. Like Frankie was not able to get it off the highway after it happened. And it was a terrible thing to watch, man. It was scary. It was very scary. I was in the chat while it happened, and I watched the whole thing happen. I was like, oh my God. I just started praying immediately. And it wasn't, for a while, they were stuck on the left side of the highway with all this snow on Highway 83, which is a major trucking lane. And it was very scary for several minutes afterwards because they were still sitting in that car over on the side of the highway with snow all over the highway, man. Yeah, they're sore, Cindy W. They are sore, that's for sure. But praise God, nobody got hurt in that. I think, more wickedness is going to be exposed through all of this because these trolls, they're going to take our misery and revel in it. And, these trolls, we just keep exposing more and more of their bullying that they do. They claim to be like woke people, and woke people will just tell us how bad bullies are, right? We got to do all this stuff so we don't have any bullies at school. But that's all they've been doing to us the whole time, man. They're bullies with bullhorns, shrieking at the top of their lungs at Nicole out there putting flowers in the fence for people who have died, okay? And the DC police just stand there and watch it happen. It's harassment. It's assault. It's disturbing the peace. It's horrible. And these cops just stand there and watch it. So that is where we are now as a society. And I don't know how that's going to get fixed. I don't remember that kind of stuff. It's like chemtrails. I don't remember this when I was a kid. You couldn't do that. In fact, the lefties just had a big rally at the Lincoln Memorial, and we weren't standing there with bullhorns shrieking at them so nobody could hear anything that was going on. So we're just exposing it, In the end, when this is all done and we're living happily ever after, we're going to see what these people did to us. It's outright bullying. And, how many times you got to get beat up and have your lunch money stolen, We live in a society where we're peaceful. We're proving that we're peaceful because it's been going on for 1,400 days now. That it is what it is. I know what it is. You guys know what it is, but I don't think America knows what's going on, and they're gonna see. They will see. They will see, and hopefully they will feel some shame. I'm a little bumming on the rest of America right now. This has been going on now for 900 days down at Freedom Corner. There hasn't been more than, I'd say a total of 10,000 people that ever got involved with Freedom Corner, at least touched Freedom Corner at some time or another over those last 900 days, whether through streams or visited or donated or saw it on TV and wrote a letter or made a phone call about it. I'm thinking 10,000 people. But I hope when the rest of America wakes up to what's going on down there and what has been going on for 4 years and nobody lifted a finger, they plugged up their ears. I want to bring America together, But at the same time, I'm pissed off about that, you know. In the future, we're going to have to stay more aware that when justice is denied one person, justice is denied to everybody, man. They are demonic, Debbie Robinson. That's right. And they're bullies. They're nothing but bullies, man. That is the word for it right there. We haven't used that term for them. I don't know why, but it's obviously bullying when you stand there with a bullhorn and you scream at somebody like vulgarities while they're trying to pray, while they're trying to sing the national anthem, while they're trying to mourn a loved one who has passed away, who isn't even there anymore, man. So it's satanic bullying. It should not be allowed. I don't know if we got to make a law. We just got to apply the laws we got already and show some damn respect, you know. We don't do it to them. They just do it to us. We wouldn't even think of doing it to them. They were just out there. Brian Sicknick's brother, Craig Sicknick, was just up there at the Lincoln Memorial spouting lie after lie after lie. And leaving out the part that Sicknick's girlfriend is suing Julian Cater for his suicide, for his death. And I don't know. We don't do it to them. We wouldn't think of doing it to them, but they do it to us over and over. So man, something's gotta break loose on that. We need some law enforcement or something, some law enforcement with a backbone. But it's just ridiculous that for, hundreds and hundreds of days this has been going on. And the cops just sit there in their car. That really pisses me off, man. So yeah, they just mock us to our faces, Patriots. It's sad, it's depressing, it gets old, and the video of Jamie's car wreck is going to be all over the place, right? And it probably already is. And anybody who grandstands on something like that, you're a loser, okay? You got no scene of your own. So you got to prey on other people's misery, other people's misfortunes, other people's injuries to have anything to post on your social platforms. So to hell with you all, man. It's bad. It's we pray for you guys. We pray for you guys to do it, and I don't know. It seems like nothing's happening, but at least your blood is not on our heads, okay? We prayed for you. We know. We told you. God sent you here. We told you. You need to have some morality. You got to look to God. You're a fallen being, and you need to, you need to turn to God. You need to accept Christ as your Savior because you are a fallen being. You can't save yourself. And you know that. You know that to be true because you're posting videos of somebody's car wreck on your scene, man. All right. Okay, that's enough about that, right? So yeah, Freedom Corner's been like Patriot All-Star night for a couple of nights now in a row. It's been cold out there, man. Last night was so freaking cold. It looked like out there the wind was howling, but they're still getting phone calls. And putting the word out, man. We're still all the Patriots at Freedom Corner are putting the word out still. We're still hearing from like Dominic Box and Greg Purdy, Jonathan Benuelos, many, many good Patriots. And here's another heads up thing. I just heard mention from the Department of Justice that so Matthew Graves, who is the head prosecutor of all the J6 prosecutions that have happened so far, he is going to retire or quit his job. He's resigning like January 15th. So that's coming up like what, in a week. He's got 1 week left. And they just announced that there's up to 200 more prosecutions. Okay? So what that means is that a blanket pardon for all the J6ers isn't going to work, okay? Because they're going to slide 200 more prosecutions under the door right now, and they are going to be officially J6ers, and then Trump's going to blanket pardon them. Well, guess who those 200 prosecutions are going to be they're trying to slide in there in the list? It's going to be every single undercover informant, every single rabble-rouser that every agency that had a hand in this has been in. So I'm guessing there were probably about 200 instigators in that crowd that day, and that's why there is suddenly going to be 200 more prosecutions going on. So they just identified themselves. Every one of these last 200 prosecutions is probably an informant or somebody that was there to cause problems. I'm not saying guaranteed, but it sure is coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences at all, you know. In Trump's press conference the other day, he mentioned a couple of other things that I thought was odd. I watched this conference twice now. There was just so much information in there. He mentioned J6 many times about the pardons that are coming. He did mention that there's like 1,000 pardons ready. He did mention that they're going to look at them, I think, case by case. And one thing that he said was something about Roseanne Boyland. Like, he said that they're just not convinced yet about. So I don't know what the exact words. I should have wrote it down. But there's something about the Roseanne Boyland incident there at the Capitol that Trump is taking an extra hard look at. And I have no details on that because I thought I knew everything about that incident. But there's a couple shady things about that incident, and one of them is some of the people that were involved with it. There's things I don't know, so as I become aware of them, I'll try to pass them on to you so that we can stay informed on all of this stuff. But Trump said many things. So, all right, so that's it about J6 that he said. One of the other things he said, he wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, okay? And I thought this was just a massive troll move by Trump where he's just trying to just, like, set all these journalists' hair on fire, man. But lo and behold, Marjorie Taylor Greene is already filing a motion or a bill to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Marjorie Taylor Greene is heading up this thing. And this is what has to happen now, okay? Our House of Representatives has another 2 weeks now where they got to have stuff ready, stuff already got through all the bullshit that they got to do in order to get it to the president's desk by January 20th. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is the first one where I saw she's taking it and running with it, okay? She's going to sponsor this bill. She's going to introduce it onto the floor or whatever fanfare that they got to do to make this all happen. That she's taking it. And this is what's got to happen on many different issues in order for the Trump dream team to hit the ground running on January 20th, man. Yeah, Debbie Robinson. I live 4 miles from the Gulf of America. I love it. I thought it was awesome, man. And another thing, yeah, I'm claiming it too, Debbie. I'm claiming it too. That is the Gulf of America from now on, right? The other thing he was doing about was the Panama Canal, all right? He was wondering if he thinks potentially we do still own the Panama Canal. Did we actually sell it for $1 and then we either sold it or gave it to Panama, but Panama, he said, broke the rules. Panama has allowed China to come in and run that canal for them. And now it becomes a security concern of ours. That canal was originally built for the U.S. military. And if it's not in our hands, and it's possible that the Chinese could make that a military base, or they can close it down, and we're screwed if we need to use that thing, right? So I think we have every right to go back in and take that canal back. If Panama has broken all the rules that Jimmy Carter originally set on that, I think that's a good idea, man. There's also the Greenland. All of a sudden he wants to, he's going to buy Greenland, or he wants to use Greenland as an area where we can either get the minerals from it. Then I don't know if there's lots of natural resources up there. There's only 57,000 people that live in Greenland, apparently. Okay, and apparently it is a Danish possession. And all of a sudden, there's this big stink about Greenland. I know we already got a base in Iceland, which is in that area, because my buddy was stationed up there for like 20 years in a Navy base. But so there's this thing about Greenland. He wants to be able to use Greenland, or he wants to make Greenland an independent nation. Donald Trump Jr. just flew up there yesterday. They did some stuff. Him and Charlie Kirk, Don Jr. and Charlie Kirk took the Trump Force One airplane up there yesterday. And they filmed a bunch of stuff. They showed everybody. Everybody seems to be friendly with the MAGA hats on and stuff. So Trump's setting the table right now. He's just laying it all out there. It's like setting up the chessboard before you start a chess game, right? So these are the things. They weren't on my radar, okay? But Trump's putting them out there. And these all become bargaining chips. These become negotiation leverages that you do in the art of the deal, okay? And that's why we elected Trump in there. He is the master at the art of the deal, man. Lee Bart says we have a Space Force base in Greenland already. Okay. Soros's base is Nantucket Island. Yeah. How did Nantucket Island, or no, that was Martha's Vineyard. How did Martha's Vineyard deal with their illegal immigrant problem? They brought in the National Guard, didn't they? Remember that? What else did Trump say? There was just so much information. He had an Indian guy right at the beginning who's going to invest over $100 billion immediately into that guy's operations in America, and he says he may bring it up to $200 billion. He brought his friend Steve Witkoff into there, who is in negotiations with Hamas and the prisoner situation over there. Trump said if those prisoners are not released by the time he is sworn in as president on January 20th, there will be hell to pay. That is a direct quote from President Trump on that, which started ringing bells about the whole Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan issue with the Iranian hostages that happened back in 1979 and 80. Okay? Iran was holding, I think, 444 American hostages in Iran, and that had gone on for hundreds of days. I remember there was the countdown, this was my first political awakening in high school. And it was up to a couple of hundred days. And the day before Ronald Reagan was sworn in, they got released because they knew Reagan was going to come in there and kick some butt about that. And his golfing buddy Steve Witkoff is in charge of that negotiation. So Steve said he was flying right back to Palestine right after that press conference yesterday. He has all the authority and weight of President Trump in every negotiation he does down there. And if those American hostages are not released by the January 20th, there will be hell to pay, and we will see what that. He wouldn't go into details, and he shouldn't go into details about what's going to happen if they are not released, man. Okay, and then, what am I missing stuff in chat here? So yeah, we already got a naval base in Iceland. So there's other things, man. Basically, America was set up, okay, the founding fathers set America up so that we could spread this democracy across the face of the planet, okay? We could show other countries how you can have a free country. And this country was originally set up so that we could spread the gospel across the world, okay? That the whole thing was to facilitate that we could have a free country here, that we could spread the gospel of Christ over the planet. and that we had a safe base to operate from, and that was something that would be a freedom that the citizens of this country have. And I do believe that that isn't anymore right now. The Christians are getting prosecuted here. So I think we got to get back to that. And we're taking a look at what's going on in England right now. It's not good. It's not good. And that was the next thing that Elon Musk just lit up, was bringing to the forefront of these rape gangs. I'm not up on any of this information, but apparently it is a huge problem there in Britain. And I don't know, Elon's serving a purpose there, and Elon was just like stirring things up quite a bit there. So we got to watch this Elon. He's a bit of a loose cannon, and there's a lot of right-wing guys, a lot of MAGA people. I don't know if they're getting pissed off. I don't think we're drawing lines yet, but we got to keep an eye on what Elon does. Elon, technically, his position at DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, it's not an official position. There's no building, there's no DOGE headquarters anywhere. It's kind of just like an idea that he's going to run with. And so far, so good that he's doing it, because he is instigating a lot of dialogue about a lot of things that are really, really nasty, that have been hiding in the corners for way too long, and bringing attention to these Muslims in the country of England. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. And if we don't watch out what happens in our country right now, the same thing is going to happen here as what's going on over there in England. So pray for the people of England right now, because they do seem to be surrounded. They are in a quagmire that it doesn't look like they're going to be able to vote themselves out of it. So that's interesting, very interesting. Okay, now one other topic before I close out here. Trump said in his press conference was the fact that Mar-a-Lago was originally built to be a Southern White House, man. I didn't know this, and I forget the president who originally built it, but there was some president said originally built Mar-a-Lago to be like a Southern White House, kind of like what Camp David is right now in Maryland, or I don't know if there's any other one of these like compounds, man. And then that guy donated it to the American government. And once again, Jimmy Carter said we can't afford to pay for the upkeep on Mar-a-Lago. So Mar-a-Lago got put into a trust that kept it there and tried to keep it maintained and stuff. And Trump bought Mar-a-Lago from that trust. So here's another thing. And Jimmy Carter just kind of gave away that it was part of the American treasure. And Jimmy Carter just said, oh, we can't afford that anymore. Maybe if he actually got some money for the Panama Canal, he could have kept Mar-a-Lago, but he didn't. And Trump ended up buying Mar-a-Lago from this trust. But it was originally built for the purpose that Trump is exactly using it for right now. And one other thing, there was a lot to that Trump press conference. I suggest you watch it. It was about an hour and 15 minutes long. They were talking about the one case, the Judge Marchand is going to try to sentence Trump before he's inaugurated for the 33 felony thing about the real estate devaluations and stuff. And they estimated the value of Mar-a-Lago to be $18 million, which was a total underestimate, and it was a total lie, a total farce. And Trump points to the chandelier above. He goes, that chandelier costs more than $18 million, just to make a point, just to make a troll, just to set the hair on fire on all these journalists, man. It's crazy. He's expert at it, man. Hey, third of its kind. Are we finding some fake accounts here? Is that what's going on, Lee Bart? Or a fake Carol? I don't know what's going on. So last night in the chat, there was a fake Convoy Santa came in. Out of nowhere, fake Convoy Santa says, it wasn't fake Convoy Santa. It looked like Convoy Santa with Santa's picture on it. And he's asking if Lala was okay in the car accident, you know. So immediately I just checked, go to channel. If you're a moderator, go to channel, look and see. I know Convoy Santa's got at least a couple of hundred subscribers. This Convoy Santa had 0 subscribers, and it was an automatic delete, blocked, you're out of here. And yeah, so mods, Carol, you know about this stuff. All the mods should know about this stuff. Beverly and Silly for Him knows all about it, that's for sure. Third of its kind, I'm sure you know about that stuff. So yeah, there's fake accounts. So if you see something off color, bring it to the attention of the mods in the chat. This is what they do. This is what the bullies do. They're so fake, they can't even come up with their own pictures, their own names. They waste their time creating new accounts and get blocked right away. The stupidity just oozes from their mouth, you know. But it's so cowardly too. You know, it's a bully tactic, but in the end, it's really very cowardly. It's very chicken shit, man. Because they'll take. I've seen them take a picture of Big D's baby and put it on their profile picture. You know, I mean, it's sick. It's very sick, man. So we do, and now that we've been through all this antagonization from the bullies, now we know what's up, you know, and they're very, very ineffective. They haven't stopped a thing that we're doing. We have achieved victory. We got Trump in office now. It took, almost 900 days at Freedom Quarter, but we did it, and the J6ers are getting pardoned. So we have accomplished our goal, and they've accomplished nothing, basically. In fact, Ant Boy had to get those stupid pineapple sunglasses. Nobody knows who he is unless he puts the stupid pineapple sunglasses on. So what? Nobody knows who the other chick is unless she screams like a demon and rolls her eyes up in her head, you know. And nobody really knows what the name of the other one is. There's like 3 of them. So totally ineffective and weak, man. Totally ineffective and weak. And here we have Heckle Images. Has anybody ever seen a Heckle Images in our chat before? Sorry, Heckle Images, but, somebody I've never seen all of a sudden comes in and starts talking about LA's crash. You're highly suspect, Heckle. Highly suspect. And you may have an account that's a couple of years old, but 9 times out of 10, your account was set up in January of 2025. You come in with name. We all know each other here. Don't you know that yet? All right, so that's about it. I'll wrap it up here, folks. It was a beautiful day out. It's a little cold, but man, it was nice out today. It was really windy. It's a beautiful flag just blowing in the wind down there. I thought it was awesome. Yeah, I thought he was going to wear the dress too, Devi. But he flew all the way, or however he got here. And people donate to him too. It's his scene, you know. He has to make some kind of scene somehow, but he can't do it on his own. He has to be like a leech or a tick, you know. He needs a host. He needs a host to breed, to propagate. He can't do it on his own. So God bless you, Patriots, man. We all need prayer. Silly for him, still fighting for her life out there. Thank you, Silly, for being here. LA Forgiven. Julius, Gator Girl. We're all having health issues. There is this flu going around right now, too. People are getting sick. I had it 2 weeks ago. It was pretty vicious, you know. So take measures. Try to figure out how to deal with this flu without going to the doctor. I mean, go to the doctor if you have to and you don't know anything else to do. But there's a lot you can do, man. You can dose on vitamin C. You can take colloidal silver. You can take golden seal. You can, I mean, there's a lot of things to do, and YouTube is a great resource for finding these things on how you can fight viruses and bacteria and injuries. So definitely keep all of us in your prayers. Pray for our family and our community of freedom fighters. And we go through it, you know. We are not immune from the travesties that can happen, and it's going around right now. Zinc, yeah, zinc is a good one. Ivermectin, good one. Metal is joy, definitely. And so keep praying for the family, and we are as a community, we are gearing up for the pardons that are coming out and the release of the J6ers. There is a bunch of organizations that are getting ready for their release. I hear there's a camp down in Texas that they're actually going to build tiny houses down there. What else? Trooper's going to be picking up a new car. I don't think it's a new car, but he's driving in a couple states away. Trooper and Sherry are going to be off of Freedom Corner for a couple of days while they go down there and get that car. God bless the Patriots that helped them find that car and got it for them. So just keep praying for the family, Patriots. Never forget that. And God bless you all. What a strange, long trip this has been. But, and it ain't over yet. We got to make sure Trump gets into office. Elderberry, that's another one. There's tons of it, tons of things. Check out YouTube if you got a couple spare minutes. Just start looking things up. Don't take the first one that you see as gospel. You know, look up, see a bunch of different ones, read the chat or the comments under it, man. So, Patriots, I love you all. God bless you all. I'll see you at Freedom Corner this evening in the chat. This is Jericho, over and out.